Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today in this video we're going to be doing a whole dungeons breakdown guide on what you should do for each class, or what weapon, what armor, and what pet you should do for all 5 classes including healer, because some people actually like playing healer, I don't know why. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first one we're going to start off with is Berserk. It's my class I main, and I use a budget sort of class, not sort of, but I do use a budget. And what I use a Flower of Truth. It's practically maxed. It just doesn't have the enchants, but some of them are really expensive. It's got max all boots, which is a good setup pair because it gives me speed, and speed is needed in dungeons. It's really good in dungeons. I got 2 Necrons, and then I got a Tarantula Helm. Because it's just overall decent, I guess. Since I'm too poor to actually have either a Warden's Helm or a Golden Necron head or something like that. This is a really good budget for late game. I'm also going to go mid game, so this is what I would use. It's pretty decent, you know. It's all hot potato book. It's all got ancient, fierce, ancient. These two I'm leveling up from scratch, so it's alright, you know. So this is for a budget. You can survive floor 6, floor 7 with this. You can survive up to them as long as you get a decent amount of secrets. But yeah, this is a budget version. So let me just. That's a budget version. The cheaper version is the Shadow Assassin. Make sure it's always legendary. If it's not legendary, don't bother buying it. Legendary and Shadow Assassin, it's only like a 1 mil difference. Besides the chestplate, never buy the chestplate unless you're never going to go for Necron, which you probably should. Shadow Assassin, yeah, see, like you get extra strength and you get extra HP and a bunch of other stuff. Make sure always, you want to get these, the fit in for this, you want to get a Zombie Knight chestplate. These are really good and they're really cheap on auction. They're really cheap. Strength 20, 96 defense. It's alright, you know. And the weapon of choice during this is also Flower of Truth because it's a really good weapon for a budget player. The fact that it comes in at 3.6 million, and the more you pay for it, the more better it'll be. As you can clearly see, this is 5-star with Withered. I had to put Ultimate Wise on this, so yeah. Eventually, I'm probably going to max this out unless I decide to get like something like a Giant Sword or the Giant Sword or one of the Wither Swords, and then I'll completely just max them out with, you know, all max enchants, which will be really expensive, but it is worth it. And then the low tier, you want to just go for like Zombie Knight, just full Zombie Knight. Sorry, you just want to go for full Zombie Knight or full Zombie Soldier. One of those two, they work good enough. It's easy to upgrade since it's only undead essence. Zombie Lord, I guess it's okay. Zombie leggings. Oh yeah, if you do revenants or stuff like that, I guess you could do the revenant leggings. I guess those work. But yeah, that works. The weapon of choice for, I guess, the low tier games, you could use, or the low ground, the very cheap stuff. You could probably use either a. You could use. What could you use? Let me think. Because you can't use the fell sword anymore. If you could save it for a Flower of Truth, this should be the first weapon you save it for. If not, you can still use the AOTD. It's still a great weapon to this day. It's not as good as all the others, and it requires Combat 18, which is kind of sucks, but you can get Combat 18 really easy by doing the bestiary, so it's really easy. Let's move on to the next one, which is Archer. Archer is Archer is another good one. The weapon of choice is a Juju. Juju, clearly, you know, and you also want Shadow Assassin or Necron, or I think it's Maxor. Yeah, Maxor increases your arrow damage. But yeah, that's basically for high end. You also want Shadow Assassin for Juju, so also another one. If you're that low, there's not really low good, like, you know, before floor 5, there's not really any good class to play for Archer. Not really. But yeah. Now, I forgot to say for the Berserk class, there is a couple other weapons you could use. For example, you could use the Shadow Fury, the Liver Dagger. You could use those two. They're very good. Liver Dagger, I recommend going for the Liver Dagger if you don't have a 100% crit chance, but I do reckon you should just go with Flower Truth. It's really cheap. Cheaper than Liver Dagger, and does more damage than Liver Dagger. Or sort of, because, you know, when you right-click the ability, it shoots a Flower Truth. But yeah, that's yeah. Now let's move on to tank gear. Tank gear would be, you know, Depending on how far you're into the game, I would recommend Perfect. Perfect Armor is a really good set to get. It is really good. However, the price tag is like 20 million in total. Get a full set of this and then dungeonize it. Try and buy it dungeonized. So yeah, but a full set of this, it will take a bit out of your bank account, but it's really worth it. You get like 1,000 defense, and then like I think it's like 2,000 defense in dungeons if you max it out. Or you could just buy it maxed out. Let me just go show you on the AH real quick. See, usually people, if you let me, usually people sell this for fairly cheap. Perfect. That's 11. We want to get, yeah, here, tier 12. See, let me just go lowest price. Tier 12, not many people sell lower, as you can clearly see, not many people. It's really just tier 12 that people sell it up. And as you can clearly see, they sell for 7.2 million, and they max it out with, for like, 5 stars. As you can clearly see, you get a lot of defense with this. As you can clearly see, defense outside of dungeons, 400, but inside dungeons you get 1,300 just from the chestplate. And if we get a perfect, like a full perfect gear, perfect boots. Let me just show you perfect boots real quick. I didn't mean to do that. Perfect boots. Perfect boots. Apparently I can't do that, so we just have to search up perfect boots. And XII, as you can clearly see, 10 mil. Perfect increases defense plus 2%. And as you can clearly see, still boots give, 1,300. So you can get like 4,000, 5,000 defense from this, just from the full perfect boot armor. It's really cheap, or not really cheap, but it's like 10 to 20, or depending on how many, like, I do recommend getting the full set. There's no really set bonus, but you do enjoy, having like 4,000 defense at a time. This is really good for mid game, for like floor 5, 6. But once you get to floor 7, you want to go for gold ore. Gold ore is, here it is. Gold ore gives you defense and health, a decent amount of it. And when you upgrade it, it does give much more defense and health. And the early game, you want to go for super heavy armor. This one is a really good thing. Lowers your speed, however, your seismic wave decreases the seismic wave, which is really good. Grants walk speed for every 50 defense you have. So it's really good, and it doesn't have a massive price tag on it. So yeah, weapon that you should be using for tank. Flower Truth. It's a really good weapon. 3 mil for the lowest. Just get Flower Truth. For the rest of these, just get Flower Truth. It's really cheap. It's 3 mil. Why would you complain about 3 mil? Like, it's really cheap, and it's a really good weapon to be using for like floor 6, floor 7. So yeah, just get it. Just get it. Come on. Promise. It's really good. But yeah, for healer, you want to get the healer. I think it's called the healer. I'm gonna have to go into the dungeons real quick. It's in the dungeon hub for something. You might not be able to get it, I think you need to complete floor 7 to get it. I'm not entirely sure, but it is the Mender Crown. Any healing on other players is double. This is a really big price tag, 5 mil. You could get the Mender Fedora. This one gives more HP, but this one, it's still the same. Or you could go for the Mender helmet. It still does all damage, a double. All 3 of these would be decent. All 3 of these are really good. But yeah. And for the first couple floors, you can get away with Holy, you can get away with Holy Dragon. You can get away with Holy, Holy Dragon, still want to get Flower Truth. It's a really good weapon. It should be the first weapon you save up for. There's no requirement. But yeah, Holy is the first set of gear you want to get. The next, it doesn't really matter what you get next. Like, you could just get 3/4 Shadow Assassin with a Mender helmet or some Mender Fedora, but don't get a chest plate, get it like a Zombie Knight. It's still fine. Healer is pretty good class. There's not really late game gear. You can just go with Necron or something. There's not really late game gear that you can actually get with Healer because the HYPIXEL just didn't care about him for some reason. I don't know why. For Mage, the first couple of floors, you can get away with, Wise Dragon armor. It's okay. It gives you a decent amount of damage and defense. So I forgot to say, for the Wise Dragon gear, you want to get a bunch of stuff. It's a really good weapon. Get a bunch of stuff. It's definitely one of the cheaper weapons. It's 2.2 mil. Yeah, this is after, I forgot to say what you should get for Wise Dragon, but yeah, you want to get bunch of stuff, so yeah. Then you want to move on to Necromancer. A Necromancer with a Necromancer sword. These are really good because, they give defense and you can raise souls. And it's really good. It's a really good set. It gives you a decent amount of intelligence. Not too much, but it does give, it gives you the thing for raising souls. And you can have a max of 2 souls. And the full set bonus allows the wearer to store 1 extra soul, which is really good. I guess you could say this isn't a mage, but a Necromancer. But it still works either way. These two could still work, and put put whatever refresh. I'd recommend Necrotic, as you can clearly see right here. But yeah, get Necromancer. You don't have to get like a Necromancer. You can wait to end game with whole Wise Dragon. I just don't recommend it. These because these give more defense and a decent amount of intelligence. Anyway, end game. Is this really a question? Storm and Hyperion. Except you probably won't have Hyperion. You probably just get Storm gear. But for the other weapons, by the way, just get the one of the Wither Blades, up to you. But yeah, get Storm with, Hyperion, tank, I think it's a Astria or something like that. Berserker, I think it's a Scylla. Yeah, it's from there. Now let's move on to the pets that you want to be using in dungeons. The first one is, I kindly have behind me, is a Wither Skeleton pet. Make sure with every pet you either at least have a Dwarf Turtle Shaman. It will really help out. It will really help out your damage. It's got really good stats. Another one is with the Flower of Truth. You want to get a Baby Yeti pet. This will, I think it would, it'll give you, it's not for damage, or it does give damage, I guess. But it gives more, it gives 75% as defense. So, for example, right, I get around 1,500 I get 1,000 outside of dungeons. Let me check real quick. I get 1,400, and I get about 2,000 by the end of the run. So 75%, if it's level 100, by the end of the run, which will be, full, depending on what phase you are. 75%, that'd be like 1,500 defense, which is really good, by the way. It is amazing, Baby Yeti pet. It's a good pet, except the price tag on it is pretty damn annoying. 24 mil. It's not the best. You can sit with a purple one, but it's only 50%, so it's going to be 1,000 instead of 1,500. But I'm sure people can fit with that. And another pet you could use is a E-Drag. It's another good pet, except the price tag, as you know, is really expensive. Yeah. Another one, Golden Dragon, as well, is another expensive one, and you also need gold collection. So, yeah, I just want to get them out of the way because, there's some endgame players there. Now, if you're a tank, you want to go with the Blue Whale. The Blue Whale is a good one. The Blue Whale gives, make sure it's a legendary, by the way. Blue Whale gives, or I think you can get away with a purple Blue Whale. Let me check. A legendary is still good. Gain, 20% max HP. Gain 0.1 defense per 20 max HP. So if you have 2,000 HP, you'd get, I think it's probably 100 to 1,000. I'm not good with math, okay? But get a Blue Whale. Don't get a turtle. Don't get a turtle. Don't get a turtle. It's not worth it. Yeah, if you say grants immunity to knock black, you could pay 2 million and get a Shelmet, but yeah. And for the cheap people out there that don't have a lot of money, go mine some ores. You can get the Rock Pet, which is a really good pet. Mine about 70,000 ores, so you can get the blue one. The blue one is a good one to get, or you can get the purple one if you want to get the extra 5%. And then the Fortify one, this is good for the Terracotta phase. While sitting on your rock, gain 20%. Or 25%, and or 30%, depending on which rock you have. If you want to get one of these three, I think it gets you up to 200 defense and 10 defense. Is really good, and the rock legendary give 30% more damage while sitting on your rock, which is pretty good. It's not a bad pet. I just recommend getting the blue one, as it's really easy. If you come into your collection, you come into your skills, then your mining, it'll be at the bottom right here. As you can see, rock pet milestones, I'm 44k. On my island, I have a cobblestone generator, so you can just set up one of those, go watch some YouTube for an hour, and you'll get not even a rare, you'll probably get an epic, you'd probably get an epic because I set mine up for like 20 minutes. I just hold my keys for like 20 minutes and I got it, like 20k or so. So, yeah, a rock pet is another good pet. It's a really cheap one, not the best, but it's a really cheap one. That's why it's good. But yeah. Now another thing for archer, if you want to do more damage as an archer, but don't want to, and yeah, if you have the money, is getting So you know how you get flint arrows, right? Not many people know this. Some people do know this. Some people don't. But you know how you get the flint arrows, right? You can get the flint arrows. They're 1 damage, but there is a better way. If you want to spend a little bit more time getting arrows but do a little bit extra damage, you can come to Jack's and you can buy emerald tip arrows, which give you 20 damage instead of 1. It's really expensive, or not really expensive, but it's pretty expensive. 20%, 20 damage. Except to fill your entire quiver, it costs us 368 blocks of emerald, which is pretty expensive. Not like it's pretty expensive. I think it's like 50k each time you fill it, but you get increased damage. There's also a bunch of other arrows like a redstone, which is a little bit cheaper, a gold, which is also a little bit cheaper. I think no, I think redstone is much cheaper than gold. So and then yeah, the reinforced. But yeah, you can also go like bouncy, absorb. There's a bunch of other ones. Depending, explosive. It really depends. You could also get the icy arrows, but these ones are. You also need ice collection. I guess you could get the icy arrows if on the extra 4 damage, but it requires packed ice. So yeah, that's another thing to note. That's basically all the knowledge I know about dungeons. I'm not the best at dungeons. I'm currently trying to get to catacombs 30 at least, and once I get 30, and have 5-star on all my armor and recomped, and also get a I don't know, warden's helm. I'll be doing that a lot because since Aatrox is mayor, everything's much cheaper, and I can get good monies. Try and get warden's helm, or get fuck it, I'm done. Okay, subscribe. Hopefully, if this helps you out, please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.